Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Josh.
This is a blind comparison. We know how y'all like these blind comparisons.
As do we.
This one is Bushmills.
Bing.
Both.
My drum roll.
That was pretty good. Both were on sale, I think, this week for our state, this month for our state liquor store. Black Bush, the Bushmills Black Bush, is finished in sherry casks. Both of these are 3 years old. The Red Bush is finished in bourbon casks. So it doesn't say how long, but they are 3 years old, so they're probably put into those casks. I would imagine maybe for that time period.
Probably.
I would hope so.
It's already used in casks, so it wouldn't depart too much.
Right. And there is a noticeable difference in color I can see from the sherry, but sherry with wine.
I don't know. Look at the glasses, though. They look the same.
I wonder if it's because the label's black.
Maybe. That could be. That very well could be. So it's a blind. Both of these, I don't know that we've had the Red Bush before. I've gone through the Black Bush. This is my second or third bottle. It's an exceptional product. Bushmills is an Irish whiskey. For those of you that don't know, it is triple distilled. Both of these are 80 proof, I believe. 40% ABV. Yep. Triple distilled. Yep, it is sherry cask finish for the Black Bush and bourbon cask for the Red. So, price point, the Black Bush on sale was $32, I think it was.
And the Red was 26.
26. So just a couple buck difference between the two. The Bushmills, there it is, the single malt, the 10-year that I have. I thought it was a 12. The 10-year is amazing, and the 16-year is also amazing. However, I cannot find any Bushmills 10-year out there. So if any of our subscribers are out there and y'all have a plentiful supply of Bushmills 10-year, reach out to us. We're always happy to receive a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Are those, did you say they're both 80 proof?
I believe so. The black is, and the red is, yep, they're both 80 proof. Both 3 years old. The only difference is, same spirit, the only difference is what they're finished in, what their cask is in. So it's a blind. I don't know which one's which. I'm going to like both of them, I'm sure. It'll be interesting to see if I can pick out the difference ones.
I just nosed both of mine, and my number one has lots of green apple, but it has a deep chocolate smell. I don't know. Like dark chocolate.
I already know.
And then my number two's got green apple, but just less than the other one. So I'm assuming, just by the nose, that my number one is the Black Bush because it's finished in sherry or wine barrels.
Your number one?
I think so. I think that's what the nose I'm getting.
Yeah. My number two...
Kind of it's very chocolatey.
Yeah, my number two has that red grape note, that dry wine note that you get. There's that green apple too. It's very strong.
A lot of green apple on both.
A lot of green apple. Irish are so consistent with that.
They're so delicate.
They are. We haven't added any water.
The people aren't.
No.
That's rough crowd.
That they are, or that we are.
I was gonna say.
Boy, number one for me is very pleasant too. The apple is there, but it's softer. It's not as pronounced.
I wonder if I'll change my opinion after I taste them. Because sometimes the nose is
is deceiving.
Yes, I was going to say distinguished. That's not what I meant.
I have a feeling just from the nose, I think I know which one is which.
That's what I'm saying,
My
too.
feeling is my number two is the sherry cask finish, just because it has more of a grape note, that red grape note, that it was dominant as soon as I picked it up.
I'm not getting,
I could be wrong.
But mine I'm not getting the wine note, but I'm getting chocolate. I think that's the same note you're getting. Because I think my number one is the Black Bush.
Boy, I know I really like that. I really like that.
Give it
that nose.
Give it a tipple.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Boy, that is tasty.
Man. Now I get heavy chocolate on mine.
Yeah, I can see that chocolate note for sure. We've talked a lot about this over the years. You all have been watching us. Your first taste of whiskey. This is our first taste of whiskey for the day. I know it's surprising.
The last.
Correct. It's surprising because we are drinkers, but that first taste,
Well, it's like 8 at night right now. It's definitely not 12:30.
It's definitely not.
in the
it's
morning.
not. It's 1:30.
Oh man!
It's 1:30 afternoon as we film this, so it's 4:30 in Kentucky.
Oh.
I go by Kentucky time, so we're 3 hours difference.
It's smart. Go by a different time zone.
Makes me feel less of a booze hound.
Sometimes you gotta own it,
Oh,
bro.
a little shaky today. Look at that. That's not even. That's not an exact. I have a tremor and it's not alcohol related. Whoa, it's really bad. Let's move to this hand. Perfect. See? On camera, you can see it.
All right. Well, you got that going for you, which is nice.
I'm picture of health. I like that. My number 2. So this is number 2. 1 and 2, just like normal. Number 2, strong apple.
God, what is that? I'm getting something on my number 2.
Grape. I'm gonna go in for number 1. See what we get. That nose is subtle though. It's very
Shit,
subtle.
is my number 2 grapey? My number 2 is very soft.
Boy, my number 1 is very soft.
I get the green apple, but there's something almost. Oh, you know what? I bet it's the vanilla.
From the oak, from the oak barrel.
Mm-hmm.
That influence from a bourbon barrel is vanilla.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Definitely no caramel or brown sugar, but I get the green apple, of course. Both these are heavy green apple because it's an Irish, but it's not strong vanilla, but there's something different in there.
I would say
If it is the bourbon one.
the number 1 for me has a softer palate,
Yes.
less
Well,
those unique flavors, like the strong apple or that strong wine characteristic red grape is really strong here. However, number 1 is soft fruit. There's some green apple,
I
of
could drink
course.
the shit out of that one.
Either of those
Yeah.
are amazing bottles of whiskey. I love Bushmills. I'm a huge Bushmills fan.
For being $30 basically a bottle.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
that
a
one's
huge-
chocolate all day long. All day long. Yeah,
Your
my
number,
number
1. Yeah.
So I think
Both are phenomenal.
both are really good.
Yeah, and it's just a guess.
I'd
It's
say
fun.
my number 1 I like more than the number 2, but just because it has that chocolate note.
Right.
But I could drink this one all day long too. Not that you should drink all day long, but I could just. It's very easy. They're both very easy to sip.
Yeah,
They'd be super good on like an ice ball with
It
some
would.
soda water.
Yeah.
Oh,
We-
club soda
club soda and Irish
Oh,
whiskey
it's
in
the
a
best.
glass.
in the hot
Big
summer.
ice.
Oh,
It is so refreshing. Be careful. This is a public service announcement.
it'll sneak up on you.
You can drink a lot. He turned me on to this because I've done scotch and soda for years, and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But then he was like, "Have you ever tried Irish with soda?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't. Well, I don't know. I didn't even think of it.
Yeah, it's
I tried it. It was a text thread back and forth, even though we live like 2 miles from each other, maybe a mile. And back and forth, I'm like, "This is amazing." And he goes, "You better be careful. It's going to sneak up on you." I'm like, "That's impossible." I drank like a whole bottle with water. I stood up and I was like, "Oh man, that
A whole bottle or a whole glass?
no, it was a cup. I went through like a bottle
In
of
one
it.
sitting?
Yeah, kept going. It was a half a bottle. I started out,
so like
it was
a whole fifth?
It was like
Jeez,
a half
bro.
a fifth, and that
It's only
time
80
frame-
proof, so it's like drinking water anyway.
Yeah, basically, and you're putting water with it, so
Yeah.
you're dropping it down to like 40 proof probably. Anyway, it snuck up on me just as my friend had told me it would, and I was hammered. I didn't feel like it. I was sitting there.
Laird Skinner show hammered.
Yeah, it was
right.
great. Both phenomenal.
Yep.
Price points very good, very affordable.
Pick
very
them up for sure if you
Yeah.
like, especially if you like Irish and you haven't had.
Yeah.
For some reason, I never really drank Bushmills.
I
Like Jameson, of course.
Right.
Tullamore Dew.
yeah.
but I don't know why.
I think-
and Bushmills is in that same vein as far
It
as
is.
price wise. So
And
I'm
it's-
really enjoying these.
Yeah, and they're relatively young, 3 years, but you get to their
But,
older stuff. The Bushmills single malt 10-year, hands down,
Yeah.
one of my favorite Irish
I
whiskeys.
don't mind young Irish whiskey though.
I don't.
It's not like young bourbon where it's got that gross green.
No, not at all. It has definite
Yeah.
all those characteristics. Both phenomenal whiskeys, both really good prices and readily available.
Yep.
If I had to say, I enjoy both of them immensely. I enjoy the rich characteristics of number 2 a little more than 1 because 1 is a little more subdued.
Okay.
There's more of a wine. There's more fruit characteristic in number 2 for me on my palate. It just tastes a little bit more robust. That's the word.
Yeah.
And this one tastes a little bit softer and
Right.
more of a
Mine's
sipper.
the opposite because I got the stronger flavors in my number 1, which is why I think it's the Black Bush.
Right.
And the lighter flavors and some vanilla in this one, which
Right.
makes me
I could see
think
vanilla
it's-
in that one too.
which makes me think it's the
The
Red
red.
Bush because it's in bourbon cask. So
Right.
again, both very good. You picking up the wine. I just pick up chocolate on this.
Yeah, you're getting.
And I don't know.
chocolate.
I might be wrong. I might be getting. This might be the Red Bush, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
No, I can smell it now.
If I'm
I think.
guessing, I would be the same. I would think for mine the Black Bush is number 2,
Okay.
and Red Bush is number 1.
All right.
That's a guess.
Would you like to know?
I would like to know.
So, but what's your favorite out of the two? Number 2.
If
you had to
think,
pick?
yeah, I think I'm enjoying the characteristics of number 2 a little bit more.
Okay. So yeah, you were right. That's Black Bush and Red Bush.
Sweet. I haven't picked one in a while
No,
since
you-
COVID.
Yeah, you must have your flavors back.
It must be coming back.
You drink a lot of that sherry cask.
I do.
So I think you pick out that flavor quickly.
Yeah.
Where, like I said, I'm getting chocolate, and I don't even know if it's the sherry cask one. Oh yeah, we should see.
Yeah.
But anyways, so my number 1's my favorite. I think it's Black Bush. Number 2, I think, is Red Bush.
Yep. You're right.
Okay.
The number 1 is black.
Okay.
And number 2 is red.
Yeah, we both got it.
We
It's
picked
pretty
them.
distinguishable, though. I think if you're a whiskey drinker, you could probably tell them apart pretty good.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
I'm not getting the wine. I'm getting chocolate, which is weird. Must just
That's
be my
so-
flavor for the day.
that's
But now
so
that I'm smelling it,
interesting.
I'm getting that dry red wine smell that you're talking about,
Yeah.
not chocolate. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't have
I'm putting
any
a s-
booze yet today. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm putting a Scotia water. They're already low proof, but sometimes water will make a couple flavors pop out.
What if I mixed it?
Ooh, that brought out the nose even more. A little bit of water did.
Should I mix them?
It probably wouldn't hurt it at all.
Don't judge me. It's an experiment.
Boy, I like that. I like them both.
All right, here we go. What if it's the best drink I've ever had in my entire life?
There you have it, folks. A new combination, Black Bush and Red Bush. Bourbon and sherry. They go well together. They do it all the time.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It is, I'm sure.
I mean, I get some of the sherry, I get some of the vanilla.
Right. I will say water enhanced the Black Bush, and it made the Red Bush even more softer.
It made it harsher. You want to try it?
Did it really?
We made it like hotter. Which is weird because they're both the same proof. But it tastes good, I think.
Yeah, I don't get the heat though.
Oh, maybe I'm just a big.
I don't get the heat
Little
at all
snag.
on that. That's interesting. I would say water didn't help the Red Bush. I would drink it straight without water. The Black Bush, however, it brought out those wine notes more, or the chocolate notes, as it were,
Yes,
for him.
I would get a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, both exceptional whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
I love those Bushmills.
Delicious. I would highly recommend you pick them up.
Yeah,
Especially if you
could-
like Irish and you
yeah.
haven't really tried them.
Yep, we have one of our really good buddies, Steve. He's a huge
Oh, yeah.
Bushmills fan. I mean, he is hands down. He drinks Bushmills more than anything else.
see
believe
why.
it is. Yeah, he drinks a fair amount.
Not a boy.
Yeah,
I don't want to be half-assed with this stuff.
no, go big or go home.
I like being home.
How did you? It's safer to drink there too.
Yes.
Much safer. We hope you've enjoyed this review. Blind Bushmills between the Black Bush and Red Bush, both 80 proof. price affordability is great. Availability generally is great. You can even mix the two together and you get still greatness. I got nothing else for this video,
They're
man.
both delicious.
They are. I would recommend them. They're definitely a thumbs up. Keep them in your bar.
Which bush do you prefer, red or black?
There you go. Let us know in the comments. Go out and buy some. And we'll wrap up this video. Got a comedian in our midst, folks. As always, enjoy your whiskeys and bourbons. Any way you like. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
So good.